Hi, good evening everybody. Thank you for coming. So tonight our class would be Mathematik Tambahan and our tutor would be Miss Rani. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to hand over to Miss Rani. Miss Rani, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Zani. Selamat petang kepada semua para pelajar. Saya berharap para pelajar sedang membuat ulang kaji matematik tambahan dalam masa 2 bulan lebih. Peperiksaan akhir akan tiba. So, harap kamu sudah bersedia. Topik pada petang ni ialah penyelesaian segitiga dan nombor indeks. Okay, let me talk in English now. I will present my chapters. Okay, the chapters that we're going to discuss today is on the 2 chapters that always come in part C. You have seen all the chapter in Kertas 1, all the chapter in Kertas 2, part A and part B. But you haven't seen question that appear in Kertas 2, part C. So the topic from Kertas 2 part C, the 2 topic that will come out is from Form 4 chapter 10, which is solution of triangle. And in this solution of triangle, you need to know 3 things: how to apply sine rule, how to apply cosine rule, and how to find area of triangle. Okay, so it will come out in your paper 2, only 1 question, and it's part C. There's no other question in other part of the paper. This only comes in paper 2, part C. Same thing, another topic that will come in paper 2, part C is known as index number. And the 2 things that you need to know in this index number is index number, where is involve quantity as well as price, and also composite index. Again, there's only 1 question that is asked every year, that is in part C. So remember, in your part C, Kertas 2, you need to answer 2 questions out of 4. And the 2 easiest question to answer is these 2 topics: solution of triangle and index number. And remember, this give you the highest mark allocation, which is 10 marks for each question. So if you master these 2 topics, it will be good for you to gain a better result. These are the 2 topics. Another 2 topics that you see in part C, Kertas 2, is linear programming and motion in a straight line. And most students doesn't touch motion in a straight line. Linear programming, you can put it as an extra topic. You just keep it aside, assuming that you have another choice for part C. Okay, what do you need to know of solution of triangle? Okay, your sine rule. How do you apply your sine rule? You can see very clearly you are using the opposite, the angle and the opposite side. So every time we use the angle and the opposite side. So the rule stand in this way. And when can we use sine rule? When you're given 2 sides, any 2 sides, the length is given and non-included angle are given. Non-included means it's not between the 2 sides, but it's somewhere else, another angle. That's called non-included angle. Or if you're given 1 side and 2 angles are given, then you still can use your sine rule. Because if you know 2 angles, you can find the 3rd angle. And if the 3rd angle is opposite of the given side, it's easy to solve. Okay, so the next one, ambiguous case. This question, not many years I've seen this question. This is a case where you can draw 2 triangles using the same information. Here, if you're given a side A and a side C with 1 angle A, which is non-included angle. So what happened is, if your A is smaller than C, you can draw another triangle with the same information. So your ambiguous case means with the same information, you can get 2 triangles. Okay. And the 3rd rule, cosine rule. Okay, cosine rule, again, you have your ABC with the length ABC, the opposite side, But cosine rule is used when you are given two sides and an included angle. See the difference between sine rule and cosine rule. So you must be given two sides and included angle. Then only you can find the third side. What is the length for it? Or another rule is if you are given three sides, then you can use this rule to find your one of the angle before you carry on to find the other. So this is your formulas. The two sides, let's say B and C. So your angle, included angle is A, capital A here. So you can find the third side, small a. And finally, what you need to know under this topic is area of a triangle. So area is always asked in your question. They will use all the rules. So area is one of the part that we ask. They will give you two sides and included angle A, B, and angle C. But sometimes you might not know the angle C. You might need to use your sine rule or cosine rule to find the included angle before you can solve for area. So these are the four things that you can see in solution of triangle. The next thing that you're looking at is your index number. Three important component here is which belong with the quantity. So index number is considered as your quantity of certain years or specified time divided by the base time times 100. That will give you your index. And a special case for this is your price index. So price index for a specific time divided by the price index for the base time times 100. This will give you your price index. And as you see your past year question, most of the time they ask for price index. So remember this formula. And one more formula that's always come up together with this price index is composite index. So if you are given more than one item, they ask you to find the composite index. Okay, so what you need to know is the index for each item, most of the time is price index, times your weightage. And your weightage here can be values, just any number, it can be any numbers, or it can be in percentage. But if it's given in percentage, remember, number of items given when you total up the percentage is always 100%. Okay, so weightage can be given in percentage or just a value. Okay, so let's go through some past year question based on these two topics and see what is being asked. Okay, we are looking at last year question. This was in paper 2, question number 13, that is your part C. Okay, what you are given here is the area of the triangle ABC, where two of the length is given 4 and 3.5, and the area of this is given as 6 cm. And they also mentioned that the angle ABC, that means this whole angle at the point B is obtuse angle. That means the angle will be more than 90 degrees but less than 180. Okay, so first of all, they ask you to find the angle. So since your area is given, so for question A, part 1, since your area is given, we know area is half AB times sine C, the included angle. So that's what we want to find here. So we can put it as your area. Okay, I put it as area. I just write the formula first, AB sine C, just a indication. And your area is given as 6, 1/2. AB is the two side, 4 times 3.5. And sine of the angle that we want to find is ABC. So the angle is called angle ABC. So solving this, what you will get is sine of the angle ABC. Work it out this using your calculator, so you get 6/7. So you will get the angle ABC using your calculator. You might be just given one answer, which will be 59 degrees. But remember, the word is obtuse angle. So recall back. When you draw a quadrant, sine is positive in the first quadrant and in the second quadrant. So it can be 59 here or 59 here. So if the angle is 59 in the second quadrant, what is the angle from the base 0 to here? So its choice is 121 degree. 180 minus 59. So since the answer is supposed to be an obtuse angle, so the correct answer for this will be the obtuse angle for the ABC will be 121 degree. So this is answer. 59 cannot be accepted. So be careful what is the angle given. Okay, done with that, we can go to the second part. Okay, they ask you to find the length of AC. So look at here, 4, 3.5, and now we have found the angle. So to find AC, very clear, this is using cosine rule because you have two sides and include the angle. So for part C, part 2, we are using cosine rule. So if we are using cosine rule, so what we have is AC square equals to 4 square plus 3.5 square minus 2 times 4 times 3.5, and we already know the included angle is 1 to 1. So cos 1 to 1. Okay, so solving this, what we have is use your calculator if you have. You total up this using your calculator, so you will get 42.67. So AC measurement cannot be negative, so the square root of this will be 6.532 cm. So that's your answer for part 2. Okay, part 3. They ask you to find the angle BAC. We already know the angle at the point B here is 121. And we don't know the angle at C and A. So we have to use one of the rule to find this. So as what we know, we have known the three sides, the length of the three sides. So we can use sine rule now. Sine rule to find the angle BAC. So to find this angle BAC, so this angle, the opposite of this angle is 3.5. And the opposite of this angle, the whole thing here is AC. So what we have is angle sine of angle BAC divided by the opposite of it is 3.5. You can put the length on top and the sine below, or the other way around. It is just giving you the ratio. Is equals to the angle here, which is 121 divided by the opposite of this is AC, which we have found 6.532. Okay, so with this, work it out, the value of this, bring it across. What you have is sine of angle BAC will be equivalent to 0.4593. I'll just round it out to 4 decimal. Then you find the inverse of sine using your calculator. So your angle will be 27.34 in degree, but normally your answer, we leave it in degree and minutes. So you have a feature in your calculator where you can just press that one key, you will give your answer in minutes. So it will be 27 degree and 20 minutes. Okay, so that will be your answer for part 3. Okay, now let's go to the next part. Okay, you're given BD, the length from B to D is 7.3 cm. And you're given the angle BCD, this is 90 degree. Okay, so if you have a concept of 90 degree, it's easier for you to find any one of the angle using sine, cos, or tangent. So in this case, what we can do is, because we know this one is hypotenuse, this is another side. So you want to find the area of ACD. So what we do is we find this angle because we need to find the area of ACD. So we need to find the angle. So this angle, I call it, but I just name it as CBD. How to find this? Using your cosine rule. So your part B, using your normal, not cosine rule, your normal cosine, cos, sine or tangent using sine, opposite, and hypotenuse and adjacent. So for cos will be, the cos of the angle will be adjacent, which is 3.5, divided by hypotenuse 7.3. And using your calculator, find the inverse of this. So you will get this angle CBD is equals to 61 degree and 21 minutes. So what you have seen here, you have found this angle. And we know the angle B here, the total is 121 from part A. So we want to find what is the angle ABD. ABD. Okay, why I'm doing this, I'll show you the reason. I'm finding ABD so that I can find the area of this whole thing. The area of this thing, we already have the angle here, we can find. So if you have the area of the whole thing minus this area of ABC will give you the area ACD. So what is the angle ABD? Will be 121 degree minus 61 degree 21 minutes. So from here, when you subtract this, so we have 59 degree and 39 minutes. Okay, so now with these two, I'm going to find the area for the triangle up here, the big triangle up here, that is ABD, and also I'm going to find the area of CBD. So we're going to find area for the triangle. Let's say I put it here, triangle. Area triangle ABD. Okay, recall back your formula for area. Half AB sine C. What that means? Half 2 adjacent side and the included angle. So you have half times 4 times 7.3 sine of the angle ABD, we already found here, 59 degree 39 minutes. So if you calculate this using your calculator, what you will get is 12.6. Okay, 12.6 cm cube. And then we find the area for the second one, the triangle CBD. So same way, half the side that is 2 side and included angle will be 3.5, 7.3, and your included angle we already found. So half is 3.5 times 7.3 sine the angle, that one is 61 degree 21 minutes. Okay, if you calculate this, and what you will get is 11.21. So what will be the area of triangle ACD? This is what we want to find. The area of triangle ACD will be, you plus these two because it will be the upper triangle plus the lower triangle, which is 12.6 plus 11.21 minus the area of ABC, so that we can get this. So area of ABC is already given 6. So when you minus this, your answer will be 17.81 cm square. That's your final answer. Maybe this question is a bit tricky because you will not know where to find, which angle to find or which to do first and then which to do the next. The part A might be straightforward, part B is a bit tricky. You have to think various methods. You might ask, is there another way to find the area of CBD? Yes, you can find the area of CBD because 90 degree here. but you need to know the height. Area of this triangle will be half times base times height when it's 90 degrees. But since you don't know the height, you might need to do another calculation. So it's easier to apply this formula compared to using, but both methods are accepted and you will get the same answer. Okay, so this is carry 10 marks. Okay, let's see another year. Okay, 2017 paper 2 as well, question 15. Okay, here what you have is a vertical part of a triangle. So you have the horizontal part and the V is the vertical part. So ABCD is on a plane, horizontal plane. VBGA is a pyramid which has the length AB is 12 and you have your V is 5. Okay, the height here vertically above A. So first of all, they ask you to find the angle BDC. So you have BDC. So they ask you to find this first. Since you have two sides and one of it is opposite non-included angle. So what you can use here is you can use sine rule. So what we do is first we use sine rule to find the angle. So we have the opposite here, the opposite of this. So you have sine angle BDC, the opposite to it is 20.5 equals to sine 64 and the length opposite to it is 22. Okay, cross multiply, so you will get sine BDC will be 0.8375. So you can find the angle BDC equals to 56 degree 53 minutes. Okay, you can use your calculator to get it in degree and minutes. Okay, that answer part A. Now part B, what they ask you to find is what is the length BD. So if you want to find the length BD, at least you need to know this angle. So you already know two of this angle, you know 64, this one you already calculate, so you can find the third angle, then you can calculate what is BD. So a triangle is 180 degrees, so please remember that. So for part B, to find the angle BCD, will be 180 degree minus 64 minus this one 56 degree 53 minutes. So from here use your calculator. So what you have is 59 degree and 7 minutes. So we already have the angle here. So now we can calculate BD using the sine rule again because it's the opposite. Okay, so we can use sine rule, or if you want to use cosine rule also you can use cosine rule because you have two sides, the angle here you can use cosine rule. Either way you can do it. So let's use sine rule here. So sine rule will be easier. Cosine rule you have to square, then take square root or anything of that. So both ways are accepted, there's no problem. So we have BD, you want to find BD, and the angle here will be sine of this angle 59 degree, sine 59 degree and 7 minutes. I no need to put this bracket, just put a bracket. Okay, equals to the ratio. You can use any other side. The easiest is the one given to you. So you have 22 and sine 64 degree. Remember, it's always the opposite. Okay, from here, use your calculator, bring it across and use your calculator. So what you will get is 21.007 and the unit here is in meter. So if you use cosine rule, also you will get the same answer, but sine rule will be much faster to solve. Okay, now comes to the part C. We are looking the vertically inclined, this pyramid vertically inclined. So they ask you to find out what is the area of BVD. So if you want to find the area of BVD, so I'm going to draw it out here. So you have a V here, you have a B here, and a D here. So if you want to find the area of this, at least you must know two of this side, any two of the side, and one included angle. So we can use the formula for area is half AB sine C. So can we find any one of it? Yes. For VB, can you see very clearly? The vertical is 5, the horizontal is 12. So the slanted here, use your Pythagoras theorem. Horizontal and vertical mean the angle at A, that point here, is 90 degrees. So what will be your VB? So your VB, using your formula, Pythagoras theorem, so it will be square root 5 square plus 12 square. Take the square root, so your answer will be 13. So we already found VB is 13. What else we can find? BD? Yes, we have BD. So if you already have BD, then we can use BD to solve this, or you can find VD, whichever angle, because BD is already calculated here as well, and angle. But we need all the three sides, because to find one of the angle, we need all the three sides. So we still need to find VD. So what is VD? Same formula, because it's 90 degrees horizontal and vertical, so it's 5 and 10. So 5 square plus 10 square, which one we cannot simplify, so I leave it as just 125. And we know also BD from the calculation here, 21.007. So we have 21.007 here and square root 125. So choose one of the angle, whichever one. Let's say I choose this. So let's say I call this theta. So I want to find this angle so that I can apply the sine rule to find the area. So how to find the angle here? You have three sides given. So you have to use your cosine rule. Recall back your cosine rule, the opposite of the angle, and square the other two sides. Okay, so you have you are using cosine rule. I just write here, cosine rule. So you have 21.007 square will be 13 square plus square root 125 square minus 2 times 13 times square root 125. And we don't know the angle, that's what we want to find. We call it cos theta. Okay, square this, square this, square this, and bring all these numbers together, and then this together. So what you will have is, I just skip some step, so you will have cos theta. By bringing it across, you will get negative 147.29 over 290.69. Okay, square, bring it over, so minus, you get this 147. And then 2 times 13 times square root 125, you get this. So from here, when you calculate this, can you see the negative? If you put in your calculator negative, it straight away give you an obtuse angle. Okay, so this give you an obtuse, it must be more than 90 degrees. So your theta will be 120 degrees and 27 minutes. So done with theta, now we can apply the formula for area. So the area here will be equivalent. Let's say area will be half the side 13 and square root 125, and the included angle is the one we have found, 120 degrees, 27 minutes. So from here, when you work it out this, so you get 62.65, and the unit here is meter square. Here is not much of a tricky, but because it's inclined, you have to see like a 3-dimension, how will the shape will be and what we are finding. Okay, so here is an inclined plane. So normally in your part C, when this question is asked, you will be using sine rule, cosine rule, and area. All these three formula is very important. Okay, let's try another questions. Something different, but it's the same concept. They ask you to find the ratio of ABD, the area, and ACD. But can you see the line here? This means these two sides are equal length. So if I call this one with some value, let's say I call it as small a, so this also will be small a, same side. Okay, and what else we can know here? This is 65, this is 50. So we know this angle will be 65 because a triangle must be 180 degrees. So you have completed the 180 degree. So from here, how to find the ratio between the two triangles? Do you need to find what is A? Not necessary. You consider the small triangle here and then the big triangle. So the area of triangle ABD, okay, and the area of the triangle ACD. Okay, what's the formula for area of a triangle when you're given two sides and an angle included? Okay, so you have half 5 times A, for this is the smaller triangle, times your sine 65 degree. You don't need to work it out, just leave it like that. And this will be half times 5 times 2A, because it's double the length and it's the same measurement, sine 65 degree. So if you want to find the ratio of this, what we need to do is we need to divide. So when we divide, we can find the ratio of it. Okay, so you want to find the ratio, so divide the area of the triangle ABD over the area of the triangle ACD. So when you divide, can you see sine 65 cancel off, half cancel off, 5 cancel off, A and A cancel off, so your left is 1/2. Okay, I just skip step. You can see everything is the same. The length, 5, all angle is the same. So the ratio is 1:2. So when you write ratio, you always write it as 1:2 because they ask you to give you the ratio. Okay, so that answer your part A. Now part B. They ask you to find the length CD. Okay, how to find the length CD? So we have this angle is 65. If you are looking at the big triangle here, this angle is 65, this is 5. But now we need the value A. Without A, we cannot find this length and we cannot find CD. So you have to find A. So what we do is we use sine rule to find what is A. So opposite, so A over sine 65, okay, and then what we have here is 50 against 5. So 5 over sine 50. So from here, when you solve this, cross multiply when you solve, so you will get 5.916. I put it to 3 decimal. So this is just A. So what is the length AC? AC will be 2 times of this length. So you multiply by 2. So you will get, let's say, 11.832. So now you already have AD, AC. So you want to find what is CD, and the angle here is 65. So using your cosine rule, you can work it out this. Okay, using your cosine rule, you can work it out this. This is one way. Another way you can find, if you know this angle very clear, 50 and 130, you also know that this also will be the same length. Okay, so this is also A, because the angle are the same. So you can also use this part, this is 130. So you also can use this triangle to solve it. So whichever way you solve it, you still can find what is your CD. So continue from here, I'm using cosine rule. Let's say I'm using the big triangle. So if you are using the big triangle, so you have your CD square will be equals to 5 square plus 11.832 square minus 2 times 5 times 11.832 and then cos 65. Okay, we are taking AD and AC and this angle. So 65 degree, use your calculator. So this will give you 114.992. I put it to 3 decimal. So what is the length of CD will be 10.723 cm. Okay, the last part, angle ACD. You no need to do any calculation. Since this is the same length, this also same length, this is 130 degree because one straight line. So I mean this angle and this angle will be equivalent because it's an equilateral triangle. So if this is 130 degree, so the remaining 50 degree you divide by 2. So the angle ACD will be 180 minus 130 divided by 2. So you have 50 divided by 2 is 25 degree. Okay, straightforward. No need to use any other method. So if your information is clear, you know where is the length are the same, it's easier to solve. Okay, that is on solution of triangle. Now let's look at your index number. Okay, this is a question from last year. It's quite a lengthy question, but the concept is simple. Either it's a price or composite. These are the two main things always come out in your exam. Price index and composite index. Okay, what is given to you is the composite index for making the cake. This shows the ingredient needed to make a cake. And the price index here is 2018 based on 2016. And here is the changes from 2018 to 2020. They have told what is the changes take place. And the price index 2020 based on 2016 is given. Be careful, the years here are very important. And the weightage here is just a number. It can be a kilogram, it can be a gram, it can be a pound. But it's just a number, it's not in percentage. So very important for you to know what is the information given. So the composite index for making this cake is given for 2020 based on 2016. The composite index is 136. Okay, so we leave this first. We need to find some other information before we can use this. So question A part 1, they ask you to find the value of X, Y. Okay, X is this and this is Y. For ingredient K, you need to find what is the price index 2020 based on 2016. Okay, recall back what is the formula for price index. Index is given as the price of a specified year divided by the base year times 100. So when you change the order of the writing, so the price will be index over 100. Use this concept when you're solving it. So now what is X stand for? So question A, part 1, X stand for the price. I'm going to use the years given here as your I and your base year. So the price for year 2020 divided by the price for year 2016. That is your X for ingredient K. This is for K. But you cannot calculate directly because we don't have any value. So what we need is, we need to break it up. So what we have is another year in between, which is given to you, year 2018. So 2016 to 2018 and 2018 to 2020. Forgot to times by 100. You need to times by 100. Okay, so what we have here from 2018, because it must be the same, then only give you back. So from 2018 to 2020, what is the changes here? They say increase by 40% means 140. So you put 140 over 100. Use this one, I over 100. And then for 2018 to 16, for the same ingredient K, is 115. 115 over 100 times, don't forget, times 100. So when you calculate this whole thing, and you will get the value is 161. So your X is 161. Okay, the same way to find your Y. So to find your Y, that is your ingredient M. So to find Y is P20 over P16 times 100. So the same formula we're going to apply. So what is the changes here is decrease by 10%. So it becomes 90 over 100. For the previous year, from 18 to 16, so it's 140 over 100 times 100. So what you will get is 126. So this is your Y, 126. So you already found your X and Y. So now we need to look at the next question. This is X and Y, question 1. Question 2. Calculate the price for the item M in year 2016 if the price in 2020 is this. Okay, M we already done here, and we found the value for 2016 to 2020 is 126. That's your index. So for your second part, so you have P20 to P16. This is for item M times 100 will equivalent to 126. We already found it from the first part. So now what we need to is to put in the price. The price for 2020 is 6.3, $6.30 or ringgit. Okay, so we want to know what is the price in 2016. So you have 6.30 divided by the price times 100 equals to 126. So interchange the order and then multiply. So what you will get, the price in 2016 will ringgit 5 ringgit. Okay, so that's your answer for part 2. So you must know which year based on which year. Very important. They might give you more than 2 years. Like here it's given 2016, 18 and 20. So you have to be careful which year. Okay. And you also have to be careful which values are given here. The price of the item. Is it for 2020 or is it for 2016? So when you put it in, you have to be careful. But it's easier to solve this question. Okay, now the next one is to calculate P. What is P here is the weightage. And to find P, since it involves weightage, that means it must involve your composite index. So for question B, it will involve your composite index. So what is your formula for composite index? I'll just write it here. So your formula for composite index, we call it bar I, will be the summation of I, the index for each of item, multiplied by the weightage, divided by the total weightage. So composite index here is given 2020 based on 2016. That is what this column represents. Okay, 2020 based on 2016. So what we have is multiply with the weightage. Each index multiply with the weightage must equals to your composite index. And what is your composite index? Is 136. So 136 will be the first one, 124 times 5 plus 161 times 6 plus 130 times P, which we don't know, plus 126 times 4 plus mine the not enough space times 2 and divide by the total wages. So plus this out, so 10, 17. So sum it up, 5 plus 6 plus P plus 4 plus 2. So what you have is 136, bring this whole thing up. So you have 17 plus P and multiply these numbers. One of it will have a P. So what you will get is 2330 plus 130P. Okay, don't forget to multiply this in. So you will have 2312 plus 136P equals to 2330, 130P. Bring all your P together and bring all your constant together. So you found P equals to 3. So you already calculated your P. Okay, and the final part, part C. They say the cost of baking a cake. So you need all these ingredients to bake a cake. So the cost for 2016 is given as 25 ringgit. So they ask you to find the selling price for 2020 if you want to make a profit of 80%. So before we find the selling price to make a profit of 80%, what we do is we find the cost for 2020. So first of all, you're given the cost for 2016 is RM25. I put it in a short form. So now you want to find the cost for 2020. So cost in 2020 will be 25. And what is the composite index? When you're using the whole thing, it's given to you 136 over 100. Okay, because the composite index for 2020 based on 2016 is given as 136 over 100. So from here, you will get is 34 ringgit. This is just the cost, but the question wanted you to find the selling price. You want to make a profit of 80%. So profit is 80%. You want to make a profit of 80%. So what should be your total selling price? So your total selling price with a profit of 80%, you must have a total selling price of 180%, because 100 we consider as the price, 80% as the profit. So it's 180. So what should be the selling price? Okay, since you want to make a profit of 80%, so 100 plus 80, 180. So 180 over 100 times whatever the cost, 34 ringgit. So from here, what happened is your price will be RM 61 ringgit 20 cents. Maybe this part you might get confused with the word profit. Just understand profit is whatever the total, the price, selling price. On top of that, you want to get another 80%. So it becomes 180. Okay. So for your index number, your question will ask most of the time is price index and composite index. So you need to know these two formula very well. Okay, let's see another year, 2018 is given in this form. So what they ask you to find is, this is talking about type of noodles and the ingredient involved. Most of the time they will give you a few ingredients and What is the changes? Sometimes they give you the weightage as just a number or in percentage. So very clear it's given here in percentage. So 10, 10, 50. So it's very clear this must be 30% because percentage must total up to 100. Okay. So we already know that percentage. Now let's look at this. The production cost for this noodle is 47,600 for year 2017. What you are given is the changes in price index from 2013 to 2017. They say increase by 40% means it become 140. Increase by 20%, 120. Increase by 60. And decrease by 10 means 90. Okay, if you are looking at the index, this is your I. Based on 2013, what is the index in 2017 with this information? Okay, now let's look part A. If the price of ingredient Q in 2013 is 4 ringgit 20, find the price in 2017. So you have for Q, the price in 2017, I put it in a short form to 2016 times 100. What should it be? For Q must be 120. Okay, and what you are given to you, the price for 2013 is given $4.20. So $4.20 times 100 is 120. So you can find the price for 2017 for the item Q will be, use your calculator, you will have 5.04. This is your ringgit. Okay, that's your part A. Now part B. The percentage of usage for several ingredients is given in the table. This is a percentage, and we know this must be 30 because the total is 100. Now they ask you to find what is the production cost in 2013. 2017 is given RM 47,600. We need to find for 2017. But before we can find that, what you need to find is composite index. So first of all, you need to find the composite index before you can find what is the production cost in 2013. So what is your composite index here? Is given by I is given as the summation. You just multiply. We know all the percentage here, all the index and all the weightage is given. Just multiply, divide by the total weightage. So 140 times 10 plus 120 times 10 plus 160 times 10. Times 30 plus 90 times 50. Divide by the total. We know the total here is 100. Okay, so when you work it out, this what you will get is 119. So this is your composite index. So with this composite index, the total production cost was 47,600 in 2017. So now you want to find for 2013. So 2017 over 2013 times 100. This is for production cost, will give you 119. So for 2017 is given 47,600. Because here involve more than one item, that's why you need to find the composite index, the combined index. That's called the composite index. So when you cross multiply and evaluate this, so what you get is the production cost for 2013 will be RM 40,000. Okay, that answer your part B. Okay, now part C. Okay, they say the index, the production cost expected to increase by 50% from year 2017 to 19. It's not given in this table. So we are looking another new year here. The year is 2019. So they say the production is increasing by 50% from 2017 to 2019. So we need to know what is the percentage changes. So what you're saying is your index, the price for 2000, the original one, the composite index is 119. And now it's increasing by 50%, means it becomes 150 over the base is 100. Okay, so we want to find what is your index now. From 119 increased by 50%, that means it becomes 150. Over the base, we call it 100. So what you get is 178.5. So what you see here is from 2013, 2017, and 2019. What you have is these three information. 2030 we consider as 100. Then in 2017 it become 119. Now in 2019 become 178.5. This is the changes happen. So they ask you to find the percentage of changes from 2013 to 2019. So minus. So the percentage changes will be 178.5 minus 100. So you will get 78.5%. That is the changes from 2013 to 2019. Based on 2013, how is the changes taking place? Okay, so this carry another 10%. Okay, give me a few minutes, just one last question. Okay, you are given the weightage by in terms of X. The price index shows 2006 based on 2004. So if the composite index for 2006 based on 2004 is 120 is given, they ask you to find the value for X. So what we need to know is the composite index, which is the formula to multiply your index times your weightage. So what we have is using your formula for composite index. So we have 114 times X plus 93 times 3 plus 100 times 2 plus 125 times 3x minus 2 over the total weightage, which is x plus 3 plus 2 plus 3x minus 2 must equals to 120, what is given to you. So solve this. So what we have is cross multiply. So what I have is 489x plus 229 is equivalent to 124x plus 3. So solving this and bringing everything across. So what we have is 480x plus 360. So you get 9x equals to 131. So x will be 14.556. But the question asks you to put it to the nearest integer, so x equals to 15. So you already have x equals to 15. So the next point that you need to work it out is your part B. Given the price for item P decreased by 8%. So now P decreased by 8% means it becomes 92. And your Q is increased by 2%, will be 102. Your S is increased by 10%, will be 110. And your R remain unchanged, so it's 100. So these are the price for 2007 compared to 2006. So 2007 based on 2006. Okay, so these are given. Remember the one given here was 2006 based on 2004. So earlier was between 2006 and 2004. Now given to you the changes here is for 2000 based on 2006. So you have the third year involved here. So what you need to do is you need to calculate for each one. What is the changes? So let's say for P, I need to find out what is the value for the index when the changes from P, because they ask you to find from 2007 based on 2004, but in between there's 1 year 2006. So P07 over P04 times 100. So what we have is we need to break it out. So it's based on P06 times P06 over P04 times 100. Because you are given 07 based on 06 is 92. Okay, and 06 based on 04 is given 114. And times 100. So the same way you need to work it out for each of them. So you will get 104.88. This is 07 based on 04. So for Q also you use the same formula. So I'm just straight away going to work it out, the value here. So what you will have is 102 over 100 times 93 over 100 times 100. So you will get 94.86. And then for R, the index will be 110 over 100 times 100 over 100 times 100. So you will still get 110. And for S, the index will be 100 over 100. You just follow this number and this number, okay, the 2 years, times 125 over 100 times 100. So you get 125. So you will have this is base 2007 based on 2004. These are the new index. So now how to find your composite? So composite, remember, you need to multiply with the weightage. So what we have is 104.88 times 10 plus 94.86 times 10 plus 110. Sorry, I'm using the wrong number. This is X is, okay, we have rounded up 15. Okay, we are using this integer and this is 3 times 3. Sorry, I made error here. I'm recalling the earlier question. 110 times 2 plus the next one is 125. 3x minus 2. 3 times 15 is 45 minus 2 is 43. Okay, so divide by the total. The total will be x 15 plus 3 plus 2 plus 43. So what you will get here is 118.3. So this is the composite index for 2007 based on 2004. So first you need to find the connection. So you have to use this formula to find the connection between 07 and 04. What you're given is 07 to 06 and 06 to 04. So you need to connect them and then find the composite index. Okay, so be clear with the question which year they are mentioning. That's very important. You might make mistake when you see the wrong years. Okay, so that's all we have for today. So remember, these are the 2 topics you need to choose. The easiest for you to solve is these 2 topics for part C, which carry 10 marks. But just be careful, there might be one tricky question in between the parts given there. So you have to be careful. Our next class will be next week, Wednesday at the same time. We will do Form 5 topic. We have completed with Form 4 topics. We have a few more Form 5 topics to do it. Until then, maths is for life. Not just this lesson, is everywhere. Thank you. Back to you, Rani.
Have you ever thought of leaving Malaysia to explore the world? We're looking for explorers just like you. Beyond Malaysia, there are many things we can explore, experience, and taste, and we want to help you do just that.
Hi, I'm James, studying biology in Imperial College London.
I'm studying economics at the University of Warwick.
I'm currently studying in the University of Western Australia with the Bachelor of Arts, majoring in psychology.
My name is Joan, and post A-levels at Health Institute, I went to Melbourne Uni and became a dentist.
I went on to qualify as a Chartered Accountant in the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. I now work in renewable energy.
I'm doing my undergrad course in natural sciences at the University of Cambridge.
I went on to study medicine at the University of Aberdeen, and I'm now doing my final year of GP training.
One of the avenues is through education. Not only will you be able to have access to top universities around the world, but we will help you to achieve your dreams for much less. Why spend more? We can get up to a full scholarship in our A-levels program. All we need is your midterms, or trial SPM, or O-levels to secure a place with at least 1A and above. Hey, that's pretty easy to get the scholarship. Oh dear, look at the time. Click on the link above to apply, as we have limited spaces, and I will see you at Help Academy. And nobody deserves it more than you.
I have a few questions here that I need to answer. Okay, one of the questions say there's no percentage for price index. The weightage, there is a question, I just did it with you just now, where it's given in percentage. So if it's given in percentage, remember when there is a composite, if you have so many items, the total percentage must be 100%. Okay, your question can be just values, some numbers, which can be the weightage of the item used, or it can be given in percentage. But in percentage, the total of all the item used must be 100%. Please remember that. Okay, and then you ask me how to change angle to minutes, degree and minutes. There's one icon in your calculator. If you check, I don't know which calculator you will see, there will be a icon with 0. On top you get a 1 comma and then double comma. That is your degree, minute and second. So how do you change? Let's say you put your numbers in 34.3. Then you just click this icon once enough. You will see the degree, minute and second shown clearly. Okay, that's how you change it. So most of the time I see most of the question, even in school, most of the time they teach you how to change from degree to degree and minute if there's a decimal. So both way accepted, but just use what your teachers say the best. Is the school wanted you to have it in degree and minutes, just use that formula. That's the better of it. Okay, just use your calculator. If you want to do manually, how you want to do it? Okay, let's say 34.3. That 0.3, you just times by 60. That will give you your minutes. 0.3 times 60, so it will be 18 minutes. The decimal point, don't forget to write the 0 point, whatever the decimal, times 60. That will give you your minutes. That is without using calculator. Okay, so far I saw that's the only question I have right now. Like 1 minute, there's one more question. Okay, there's no more questions. So thank you everyone. Be safe. Good night, wherever you are. Back to you, Zani.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Rani. Such a great session. Okay, so before I end the session, I have a small announcement to make. Okay, so for Help University School Achiever Scholarship Award is currently available, and we do highly encourage all Form 5 leavers to submit your application through our web page. Okay, so School Achievers Scholarship Award recipients may receive either a full or partial scholarship to further your education at Hub University or Hub Academy program. Okay, apart from that, we will be continuing our session tomorrow at 8 o'clock at night, and our class for tomorrow would be Mathematics by Mr. William. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we shall see you again tomorrow night. All right, so thank you very much for attending, and take care. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.